What's up, cunt rags? It's the Filthy Mouth Gamer, and it's time once again for Knuckle Deep Motherfucking Thoughts. Today I'm playing one of the best games of this generation, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and we're talking about a topic that I've been meaning to talk about for a long time. Big Pharma, also known as the Pharmaceutical Industry, which happens to be the most profitable industry in the United States, which happens to be the richest country in the history of this fucking planet, or civilization, however you want to fucking say it. They've been around a long time pushing these fucking drugs on us, and they have a huge lobbying arm. And I think that's the reason why the United States is only one of two countries that allows advertising of drugs on the television. The other country is New Zealand. Just think about that for a second. That we're one of only two assholes that get to advertise drugs that may want you to commit suicide or have heart attacks or in general die. Now, one of the reasons that I'm bringing up this issue now is that we just had another celebrity commit suicide, Chester Bennington, who is the lead singer of Linkin Park. Now, I don't know for sure, but I have to assume that at a certain point in his life, he was on antidepressants. He may have been on them when he hung himself. He may be coming off of them. The bottom line is, these drugs are notorious for creating suicidal thoughts. They brag about it in the fucking commercial. Next time you see one of these commercials, listen for it in the laundry fucking list of side effects. The fact that you're allowed to sell a drug and advertise it, no less, and the drug may make you kill yourself, is fucking mind-boggling as far as I'm concerned. So this shit started like 60 years ago when the Food and Drug Administration decided that they would regulate pharmaceutical commercials on television. I'm sure there was some filling of politicians' pockets with drug money under the table to get this pushed through. But I find it's laughable that the Food and Drug Administration, who is riddled with big pharma executives up and down the leadership, is in charge of regulating the industry that these executives came from. It's corruption at its finest, and unfortunately it's in every industry and every facet of our government. But I digress. We're talking about the pharmaceutical industry. We have a lot of health crises, or crises, whatever the fuck. There's a lot of health issues in this country. You have an obesity epidemic, you have a heroin epidemic, and a healthcare epidemic, quite honestly. And can I be even more honest? The pharmaceutical industry is behind all of it. I'll explain. So, first I said the obesity epidemic. Well, one of the biggest drugs that the pharmaceutical industry pushes are statins, or those are drugs that basically lower your cholesterol. Now, there was a report that came out recently by the American Heart Association that said that coconut oil was bad for your health. Now, this is the same American Heart Association that told us a few decades ago that margarine was more healthy for us than butter. Now, margarine is going to be banned next year. More generally, trans fats. These are fucking things that we were told were healthy for us. And they happen to turn out to be the most unhealthy fucking things to eat. Now, the same cocksuckers that told us that want us to believe what they say now. That coconut oil is the problem. Well, let me let you know a little secret. If you look at the funding of the American Heart Association, about half of it comes from the pharmaceutical industry, which has an interest in you taking cholesterol medication. They don't care about fixing your problem. They only care about treating your problem. They want you to be on that fucking drug for the rest of your life. Period. End of fucking story. Corporations, especially ones that are publicly traded, are only interested in profits. They just want that number to go up and up and up and up on the bottom of the balance sheet. If it takes killing people with their fucking product, they will do it. Make no mistake about it. Now, the second crisis I was speaking of is the heroin epidemic. Now you're saying, well, what the fuck does heroin have to do with the pharmaceutical industry? A lot. A giant portion of the profits come from painkillers. Many of these painkillers are known as opioids, like OxyContin and Vicodin and fentanyl and morphine. They're basically synthetic opiates, heroin being an opiate. Now, what happens is they push these painkillers on people, their prescription runs out, and people are in physical pain from the withdrawals. So they search out something that will alleviate that pain. Heroin. Because it is an opiate. OxyContin is synthetic fucking heroin. This problem we have in this country of heroin, you could trace it all the way back to the pharmaceutical industry. That's a fact. And the way they push these things is they send out pharmaceutical representatives to doctors' offices all across this country. And they come bearing gifts. They come with bagel spreads. They come with food. They come with all kinds of shit. And they have a presentation. And they give this presentation to the doctors. And the presentation goes something like this. Well, Dr. Asshole, if you push some of these pills, we'll give you free samples for people to try it out. Let's say you push 100,000 pills this month, then we'll send you a trip to Hawaii. If you push 500,000 pills, then we'll send you a trip to Europe. If you push 1 million fucking pills, we'll send you to fucking the moon. You get what I'm talking about. These doctors are fucking bribed, basically. And, you know, they know how to tiptoe around the law. They're basically bribed to push these fucking drugs. Now, not all doctors are scumbags like that, but a lot are. A lot of them will fucking prescribe you pills that you may not even need, just so they get the perks. That's going on everywhere. Also, when you see the commercials on the television for these drugs, guess what? You see all these symptoms. You may have symptoms of blah, 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 blah. And the commercial's playing happy music. People are fucking dancing through the tulips. Right? I want to feel like that. So what are you going to do? It tells you what to do in the commercial. Ask your doctor about. And what are you going to do? You're going to ask for it. Your doctor doesn't even have to prescribe it. It's all built into this fucking crazy fucking system we're in. The same system, by the way, that throws people in cages for smoking weed, which actually helps people more than these fucking painkillers. Matter of fact, there was a study came out a few weeks ago. They studied people that used marijuana or cannabis for pain versus people that used prescription drugs for pain. 93% of the people tested preferred cannabis. 93 fucking percent. That's an insane number. That's 93 out of every 100 people. Guess what? The pharmaceutical industry doesn't want you to be able to grow a plant in your backyard that does the job better than the drugs they're pushing. So what do? They take their money and they shoot down legalization laws. Like in Arizona, the company that makes fentanyl, which is a painkiller 100 fucking times more potent than morphine, spent millions of dollars for propaganda, what a jerk off, for anti-cannabis propaganda publications, commercials, and they defeated it. These people don't give a fuck if you survive. They don't give a shit how you feel. They're just looking to make fucking money. And it's your job out there, ladies and gentlemen, to do your fucking research. Don't blindly listen to these cocksuckers. Do your research. Or just swallow drugs that may kill you or make you commit suicide. It's your choice. I personally will choose to question every fucking thing. Sometimes it may be a matter of life or fucking death. Now don't forget to subscribe and like our channel, you fucking cunts!